Here's a truth so uncomfortable it's almost cruel. The most successful people aren't the ones who avoid failure, but the ones who have learned to move toward it. They understand that failure is not a stop sign, it's a direction. I didn't know this. I lived in the opposite way. I believed that if I stayed perfectly still, if I made no wrong moves, the right path would magically appear before me. I was a parked car, and you can't steer a parked car. For years, I sat in that stationary vehicle, my hands on the wheel, staring at a road I was too terrified to join. I had the map. I had the fuel. I had every reason to go. But I was waiting for a guarantee that the journey would be smooth, that the weather would be clear, that I would not get lost. This waiting became my life. It was a silent, suffocating practice. The pain was not a sharp scream, but a constant, low-grade hum. The sound of potential decaying into regret. I watched others move, some with elegance, some with brutal clumsiness, but they were moving, and I judged them from my stationary perch, mistaking their motion for recklessness and my stillness for wisdom. The internal conflict was a quiet war waged every morning. I would wake with a spark of intention, a faint voice saying, "Today you will start." But by midday, the voice of fear, dressed as reason, would whisper, "What if you're not ready? What if you break down?" So I stayed. I polished the chrome of my plans. I studied the engine of my dreams without ever starting it. This was my silent endurance, a marathon of waiting, a masterpiece of procrastination. The world outside my windshield changed, seasons turned, people laughed and cried and lived. While I remained in neutral, my life a monument to preparation without execution. The suffering was in the absence of drama. It was the erosion of my own spirit, grain by grain, year by year. Then came the shift. It was not a lightning bolt of inspiration. It was a quiet, irreversible realization in the dead of night. I was not living. I was preserving myself for a life that would never begin unless I moved. The one change was not a dramatic overhaul. It was the simple, terrifying decision to turn the key, to feel the ignition engage, to hear the engine cough and sputter after years of disuse. That sound, that raw, mechanical protest turning into a steady rumble, was the sound of my old self breaking. Parked car is a safe, predictable thing, but a car in motion, even at its slowest crawl, is alive. It can be steered. It can be guided. It can respond. The first movement forward, that first inch of progress, changed everything. I was no longer a person who dreamed of driving. I was driving. The philosophy of one change is this: transformation begins not with a grand plan, but with a single, irreversible action. It is the first motion that fractures the static identity and allows a new one to emerge from the ashes. Once moving, the steering comes naturally. The road teaches you. Every bump is a lesson in resilience. Every wrong turn is a lesson in navigation. Every mile traveled is a healing of the shame born from stillness. This is patience without weakness, the daily grueling commitment to keep the car moving through doubt and fog and fatigue. This is rebirth without fantasy, the gritty, unglamorous work of becoming, mile by mile. You might be parked right now. Your engine might feel sealed shut. Your windows might be fogged with the breath of your own anxieties. I understand. I live there. But hear this, whispered as a confession from the road. Direction does not come to the stationary. Clarity is not found in contemplation alone. It is forged in motion. You must turn the key. You must engage the gear of your own will, however rusted it feels. You must let the clutch of your fear out slowly, until you roll forward an inch, then another. The steering will come. The path will reveal itself not as a straight line on a map, but as a series of adjustments made while moving. The world only guides those who are already going. So let today be about that one change. The first motion, not the entire journey, not the perfect route, Just the starting of the engine. Write the first sentence. Make the first call. Take the first step. It will be trembling. It will be imperfect. But it will be motion. And once you are moving, however slowly, you will find that you can steer. You can navigate. You can change course. You are no longer part. You are alive, on the road, becoming. Keep going. Keep building. The momentum you create will compound. The road awaits the sound of your engine. And I am here, somewhere on the same vast highway. My headlights on, cheering quietly for every single mile you claim.